accepted. So welcome to our Monday night opportunity call. This is a call that is going to absolutely change whoever life that they decide to let it change their life, right? So lean in, listen. We got some amazing stories coming at you, and we're going to be talking about some key points about the company that we rock with, which is Monat. Kate, what are you doing? I'm sorry, guys. My child is naked. And
I'm about to have a shower.
Go away. Go, run. I'm so sorry. This is recording and go. Oh, wow. Kate, see, guys, anything can happen on these calls. Wow. Okay, I got to collect myself here. But okay, so we have some amazing stories coming at you tonight. Okay, we have someone who I would say is basically turning into OG status in the company. And then we have someone who is relatively new in the company. And guess what they're both doing? Having freaking success. And I think that's a really, really cool and awesome part for you guys to tune into and hear about. So the very first person I'm going to introduce you to is a lady who, her journey with money, I'm not going to take much from it because I don't want to take anything because she's going to tell you about it. But she is someone who joined this business as a massive skeptic. I'm sure she'll talk about that. She was like one of those people, the eye roller, the naysayer, that person, right? And but I'm going to let Michelle take it away and share with all of you guys what it's all about for her.
Yes. Well, thank you. I'm actually putting a timer on for myself because I could be here all night if you guys would let me. Thanks, Kat. I am slowly creeping into the OG status, not quite, but my name is Michelle. I'm a converted network marketing skeptic. And it's funny, I had a customer tell me just the other day, I didn't want to like the products. I didn't want to spend the money. Yet here I am, and it was the best decision of my life. And I was like, girl, me too. Like, I get it. I refused to give any direct sales, like the time of day. I had to like call and apologize to friends and be like, hey, so I did a thing. But to backtrack my story a little bit, I grew up in a house where both my parents worked my whole life. For as long as I can remember, they were always gone. My sister and I would wake up. It was kind of like a free-for-all party. We got to pick what like bad cereal we'd have for breakfast, and we were always late for the bus. But I remember like, certain words from growing up, like pyramid scheme, or like, oh, that's Amway, like don't get involved in that, blah, 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 blah. And I never asked questions. It was just always around. I never cared enough to ask. So fast forward a ton, I'm super career driven. I went to school. I was going to become a veterinarian. I remember telling a friend of mine at university, she was like, I just can't wait to be a stay-at-home mom. And I was like, ugh, bleh, like that sounds brutal. Why would you want to do that? And she's like, it's just going to be great. So needless to say, I always planned on having kids, but I had zero intention of hanging out with them between the hours of like 9 and 5. So vet school, that ship sailed. I ended up finding myself in oil and gas because if you live in Alberta, that's probably what you do most. That's 95% chance, right? So I had a baby and I was super envious of my husband's life and going for drinks while I was on mat leave, and I was raring to go back to work. And I went back to work, and all of a sudden I went to work before Tristan woke up. I got home, I rushed to pick him up. It was make supper, get him in the bath, put him to sleep, repeat. And I watched this little human. First of all, he had a really hard time adjusting to day home. It was horrible on both of us. And I watched this little human grow up before my eyes, and I didn't even feel like I was getting to enjoy it. I was living for Saturday. And then, these products stumbled into my life, and I didn't want to like them. And I told my friend who sold them to me, like, not interested in selling it. I joined as a market partner just for the discount. Like, don't call me, lose my number. That's it. And then my husband started saying how the guys at work were saying that snake oil your wife has you on is doing something. Your hair is growing back. And I started to tell, like my close friends and family, and I was obsessed. I could talk anybody into trying the products because you had to have it. Like, one, it was clean. Two, I'm a science nerd. I could geek out over the science of these products 24/7, and I will if you let me. Three, like, they were clean and they worked. So you needed them in your life. And it took me a while to actually, I had earned a trip strictly based on like selling the products and getting it on people's heads. And I remember going, because nobody earns the trips, right? I was a skeptic. And I remember going and thinking, if it was nothing else, if it was just a free trip once a year, who wouldn't want to do this? Like, it was a no-brainer for me. And I came back from that trip and I thought, I talk about the products all the time. I need to start talking about the business. And since then, I've been able to actually like bring myself home to stay with my kids, which I know it's actually not that bad. We are big breakfast people. We have waffles like 5 days a week, but it's not like everyone joins, for the financial gains, right? Like, if you don't talk about the money, like, why else are we really starting a side hustle? But the things that I don't get enough love is like the community. I never thought I needed people like this in my life. And now I'm analyzing friendships and people that have been in my life that I'm like, if you're not here to grow up with me and like grow that mind and get out of your own comfort zone, then I'm going to start surrounding myself with people who are going to celebrate my wins. And it's hard. And like the personal growth side of it has been so hard, but like, start it scared, start it broke, start it rich, start for an emergency nest egg, start for groceries, start for $10,000 a month, whatever it is that you want, you can do it. You just have to tell yourself that you can. And I mean, we're a personal development company that sells shampoo. I think it was Kathy that told me that within like the first few months. And I was like, I've never picked up a self-help book in my life. Like, I don't need it. That has been like the highlight of this whole trip. So talk to the person who brought you here and ask some questions and just educate yourself on it. But it's been the best business decision. Me and Warren Buffett, it's the best business decision of our life.
I love that. I love that. You know what? My favorite is when a skeptic becomes a believer. Like, ever since the moment that I pushed accept, like seeing people who were skeptics, and I don't think people were necessarily skeptics as they were like uneducated, or maybe the person that exposed them originally to this wasn't maybe that had the biggest amount of character points, right? Like that kind of stuff there, right? And so we have an opportunity, and I took that as, we have an opportunity to redefine what this industry looks like to our network, right? No matter who you are, you have that opportunity to be like, oh, that's what you think? Well, I'm going to show you different, because that's not how we rock and roll over here. And that is the perfect segue into our next person, because this person came in like a freaking pit bull, just like in getting customers, like blowing volumes out. And then she came on as someone who, wasn't necessarily at a rank that we would always ask people to come on and do a training at, but we had a feeling and we asked her. And you guys, if you are in this business or you join this business, go into Team Impact and search her name and go and watch the training that she did, because it was absolutely fire. So I'm going to let Charlotte come in and take it away for you guys tonight. Charlotte, you're muted. You're muted.
Okay, there we go. I was saying you are a very tough act to follow, Michelle. You have so much energy and you're so good at talking to everybody. I'm just sitting here like I need coffee and a nap. I've had a long ass day. Thank you for the introduction, Kat. You're always so sweet. Okay, my story. I did not want anything to do with the products, like most of us, I think, who are here have all said no, right? My hair was shit, excuse my language. It was snapping off and I still said no. And then my girl got me with a flash sale because I like sales. So I tried it, and I actually have the same kind of thing that Michelle's husband said. My man was like, you have to buy this. This is so good. You have to buy more. So we both kind of got hooked onto it. I also bought the pack just to get discounts. And I was like, you know what? let's just try it. I need to stay home. So I want to stay home with my kids. I don't want to go to work anymore. I love my job, but I'm exhausted and I need to be home with my my one kid, especially my son. So that is my main, I guess, why as to why I show up every single day and work my ass off, because I know that I will be able to stay home with him hopefully for next year and homeschool him. So he's a lot happier. What else can I say? I have a ton of products. My skin has never been better. My hair has never been better. I've been making some good extra money. Definitely helps. I'm just drawing a blank.
I think, well, like, I think one of the biggest parts that really, like, Charlotte, like, you really shone on it when you did that training was like talking about, you know, the
Personal
natural
development.
yeah, but and that natural ability that you had to like just like fire yourself up and like, you know, deciding that you want something, you're worth something, and I'm gonna get it. Like maybe touch on that a bit as to like where you kind of, you know, how you draw from that, because I don't think that's always I don't care who you are, it's not a natural thing to pop out of bed and want to absolutely kill the day every single day, right? That's not like a natural thing. So I would love if you just kind of chatted with everybody about that a little bit.
I just know that I can do it. I strongly believe I can. There are always days where I'm like, you know, I think I had a day like that on the weekend where I was just like, oh, I just don't want to do this today, right? It's, you know, like the kids are being nuts and the weather is awful and every single person is like, no, 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 no. But take a breath, take a break, read your book, go to the gym, and then just do it.
I love
That's me
that.
though.
And I love that you kind of like touch on like how every person's saying no to, and I think it's a great leeway into like our next little talk on like the products and all the things Monat, because like Charlotte said, like Michelle said, like, look at, these are two women who are talking to you here who see this business as an answer for their lives now. And they said no multiple times. And a lot of times people step into this business and they think that the one time they ask someone, if they say no, that means that they're out of it forever. But really what it is it's a point. The first no is a point for growth, a point for education, a point for exposure, right? And it's kind of to get those wheels turning. So I'm going to talk a little bit here into the next part. Thank you so much, Charlotte. Thank you, Michelle. I love how we can share those things. And I want people to understand and know is that like, why you're here does not have to be this big thing. It's like, you know, Charlotte's like, I want to stay home with my kids. And Michelle was like, I didn't know I wanted to until I wanted to, right? Like it's easy to say, I'm gonna leave the house. But then when you have to leave the house and you leave your babies and you watch someone else being paid to raise them for you, it hits different. And I know it did for me as well, right? And to have that freedom to decide if you want to go to work or not is a big flipping deal. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the products that they were talking about there, okay? Because the products are flipping amazing, but a warning to anyone who is a guest here or watching this is that the products do not sell themselves, okay? And I hate when people say that. I get like, I'm like, if you lay underneath a rock and you don't talk about our products, no one's going to know you sell them. And they're not just walking around in the dark with their hands out trying to grab onto a Monat wrap, right? Like they're like, you gotta share with it. But our product promise makes it easy for you to share on it because they flippin' work. Okay. Like we have 7 years of before and after pictures that will blow your mind. Just tonight, I was at a rink tonight for Perry's power skating that I had not been to in almost 2.5 years, seeing a bunch of people that I hadn't seen in a while. I was wearing this hat. I had this ponytail hanging out of it. Okay. And one of the moms there said, did you get extensions? And I said, no, I did not. And she was like, that stuff works, doesn't it? Well, guess who's getting samples on Wednesday? Okay. Because I'm loud and proud about it. They've known before because I don't shy away from the fact of that, because you guys, you have to understand with our product promise, like Michelle said, it's clean. We use safe fragrances, safe colorants. We have clinically tested ingredients. I can wholeheartedly be like, heck freaking yeah, this stuff works. You should get it on your head, your husband's head, your kid's head, your mother-in-law's, your mother, like everyone's heads need it, right? And that's how it works for you. And like they also both said, you know, we are a family because I honestly think that everything is going to be as strong as the nuclear unit that it stems from. Okay, that's why they will say culture. Culture is the most important thing that you are going to have in your business, whether or not it's a network marketing business or it's a brick and mortar or whatever it is. Culture is so important. And the father and son, Senor Luis and Ray, who own this company, we don't have a board of investors. We don't have anything like that. We're not a publicly traded company, right? It's two people who own our company. And they look to us in the field to say, how can we wholeheartedly change your lives? And they, I think that they're like a family too, because it's just like parents were like, you know, 50% of everything they make, they just give back to their kids in the field. They're like, okay, here you all go, right? That's how we roll in this company. We have our own distribution and manufacturing. We have cut out so many middlemen, right? I don't even want to think about what the cost of our products would be if they had to go through the regular chain. Because of how good we are, our products are, the high quality ingredients that are used, right? In how good they work. Every single time the products touch someone else's hands in that chain, the price goes up. So just think about that. So if you want to look at that, be like, what would a bottle of X, Y, and Z actually cost you if it was sold consumer direct? And then you're going to get a really good reflection as to how good are the ingredients they actually put in it. Right? Because does anybody ever heard the old cliche, you get what you pay for? Right? It is the truth there. All right. And we're not even super expensive because of how we distribute it, right? Because we don't have multiple hands touching it. So we have distribution in Canada, US, UK, and Australia. I see we have an Australian on here. I get so excited when our Australians jump onto these ones because they usually get us when it's 3 a.m. our time. So we're a little bit like, we're really excited, guys. We're just tired. But when you come at 7, we're like, woo, 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 let's go. Then we have our scientific advisory board. So our scientific advisory board, they're so smart, you guys. Like they're really, really smart. And they have a lot riding on it. Like, I don't know if you understand what it means to someone who has, you know, a PhD, is a specialized person in their field, is a recognized person in their field, is a published journaled doctor in their field. For them to put their name behind a product, that means a lot. And they do that with Monat. So you can go and type in Monat Scientific Advisory Board, and you can go and look. And there are people who I will promise are smarter than every single person on this call right now. Right? And I'm not trying to insult anyone else's intelligence. I'm saying, like, I know I'm freaking smart. Those people are smarter, right? Like they're doctors, they're trichologists, they're ophthalmologists, they're dermatologists. Like they are so specialized in hair and scalp disorders, what our skin needs, what our body needs internally to create that wellness. We don't have to be those experts, you guys, because we have those people doing that, right? Something that I always remember my grandpa, my mom's dad saying was like, you don't have to be good at everything that it takes to do a business. You just have to hire the right people who are good at the things that you're not good at. And that's what Monat did for all of us, because I don't know how many scientists we have on here. I don't know how many dermatologists we have on here. So guess what? Those people have been hired to help us out there. So we have an incredible customer program. Okay. If you are the type of person, okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about customer program, and the opportunity is how you can decipher if you should, when you should be. Okay. So this is a simple way. I'm going to put you through a little simple visualization experience here. So you are strutting your stuff in the mall. You are feeling good in these new, you know, good American jeans that you just bought from Khloe Kardashian. And you're like, my butt looks so good. And someone's like, hey, love those jeans. There's two different ways that people answer it. Okay. They'll be like, oh, thank you, and keep walking. Okay. Then the other way is like, oh my gosh, thank you. Did you know they have a 20% off sale on Good American right now? You could jump on and grab those for yourself. Okay. So if you were the, oh, thank you, walk away, be a VIP, be a customer, feel it out until you got that insane pride that those girls were talking about, that you can't help tell other people about it. But if you're the person who you're like, look at my new dress, I got it on sale and it has pockets. Like if you're that person, like you need to be a market partner because you're already a master at sharing, right? You're already a master at sharing. When people compliment you or ask your information, you're like, here it is, boom, right there. Right? So that's how you can kind of decipher. So as a VIP, you're going to get a 15% discount for life. Okay. This is a VIP for life program. You're gonna pay a one-time fee, which it ranges in different. In Canada, it's $24.95. Okay. It's $19.99 in the States. I actually don't know exactly what it is in Australia off the top of my head. If someone does, if you can throw it in the chat there for me. You're going to get free products in your flagship orders. Flagship is just that. Flagship is basically a way for you to get everything you want at spaced out time so that you don't have that big lump sum. If that's not what you're looking for, you can be like, all right, I'm going to get my shampoos and conditioners and like a hair mask for this order. Then, 2 months from now, I'm going to get this, 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 and this. And then 3 months from now, I'm going to get this, this, and this. You can space it out or do it all at once if you want, but you get to control it, is what I'm saying. Right? It is flexible. It's how you want it to go. Okay. You're going to also get birthday coupons. So you're going to have an opportunity on your birthday to get even more savings on it. You have access to flash sales that market partners have access to. Okay. It's $29.95 in Australia. Thank you, Melinda. And then there's our opportunity. Okay. So with our opportunity, you're going to step in, you're going to get a business in a box, and you're going to buy a product pack. You don't have to buy a product pack, but you're going to regret it if you don't. I'm just telling you, you would never open a coffee shop and be like, I'm just going to wait till we make some sales before I buy any coffee. How much sense does that make? If you don't got coffee and you're not drinking your coffee, you're not going to make any sales, right? So you got to get a product pack. We have product packs that range from like everyone's financial situation needs. Okay. So we have from $250 all the way up to over $1,000. There's steep discounts on those products that you do not get again. Okay. I need to stress that. Product packs are not something that once you sign up, you're not going to be able to go back in and be like, oh, wait, I want this one. No, that's not how it works. You've got to do it right then and there. All right. So also as a market partner, there is no monthly requirements for you to order. None at all. Okay, you are not required to become what we call in this industry garage rich, where you have a ton of products lining your garage, and you're like, I've got thousands of dollars in shampoo in my garage. No, we want that in your bank account, not in your garage. Okay. Other parts that as a market partner, you're going to have opportunity to earn trips, cars, those sorts of things. And like Michelle said, she wasn't even trying to earn a trip, and she earned a trip. And then she was like, oh, wait, everyone needs to be on a trip. Everyone deserves a trip once a year, right? That's just how it goes. Okay. You can also have a flagship if you want to as a market partner, but it's not required for you to have one. You do not have to have a flagship. You can if you want, but that's up to you. But like with all those other, like with VIP, retail, and market partner, there is that 30-day money back guarantee. Okay, so if you do not like the products and it's within those 30 days, send them back. Okay, we do not have to beg anyone to use our products. We do not have to go and fish anyone along. Okay, but also let me state to you that the damage that you've done to your hair, your skin did not happen in 30 days. Okay, so also give yourself the chance, because you're going to see improvement. You might not see that 2-year before and after picture 30 days in, but you will notice a difference. So my biggest advice of you, whether or not you decide to be a VIP or a market partner, whether or not you're like, thank you, move on your way, or you are the sales director, right? Take a before picture. The moment you order your products, take a picture so that you can really see that visual of your progress over first wash, second wash, 1 week in, 2 weeks in. But with that, guys, thank you so much for jumping on tonight. We loved hearing the stories. This will be up shortly on YouTube. So if you have anyone you want to share it with, please feel free to send it their way. Bye, guys.